Now, back to Libya and the way this president has repeatedly changed his story. Instead of answering tough questions from the media on the now leaked emails that showed the White House knew it was a terrorist attack, the president sat down last night with Jay Leno on The Tonight Show at NBC. You know, Jay Leno. He's that well-respected, hard-hitting journalist guy, right? Oh, yeah. He's that guy. You know, maybe he should have sat down with someone at the news department when he was at NBC, somebody who cares about hard-hitting truth. Or, let's be honest, nobody at NBC cares about the truth. New media has totally taken over here. You don't need some Diane Sawyer or crusty news anchor to tell you what's going on anymore. Morally safer? He's right to be appalled. Clearly, the facts were made available to the public about the emails, but the media, they refused to report on it. Now, maybe, and I don't mean to be morbid here, maybe if a journalist got killed in the consulate, yeah, then the mainstream media might have wanted to report on it. Here's the thing. Libya has now been deemed a minor campaign issue that's just not worth covering by the media elites. So they're simply not going to cover it, regardless of what happens. I'm back with Tim Graham, Director of Media Analysis for the Media Research Center. How you doing?
Fine.
All right, so we were just talking about how they're either bored by this, not concerned by it, or do not want to report on something that they believe will make the president look bad less than 2 weeks out of the election, but the reporting's already been done. New media is in the driver's seat here. The fact they don't accept it or don't acknowledge it, that's their problem.
Well, and it's sad, really, at this point, as you suggest, that Barack Obama has not had a full-fledged press conference since June. Instead of engaging with the press, especially after something like this comes out, he's going to go on Jay Leno. He has Brian Williams on the campaign trail with him. Now, you could say that's a hard news man. I think the real question there is whether Jay Leno or Brian Williams is going to be tougher. Because Brian Williams loves Barack Obama, and he doesn't care, if everybody knows it.
Let me interrupt you, but Brian Williams has to worry about his own credibility. MSNBC is one thing. This is the NBC Nightly News. It's a legitimate question. It's a legitimate story. If Brian Williams doesn't ask the president anything about Benghazi, doesn't ask a follow-up, or at least press him for an explanation, doesn't Brian Williams put his own career in jeopardy?
I don't think he thinks that. I'm sure that he risks his credibility with us, and I don't think he cares about Americans who care about how this story turns out. I think Barack Obama is the guy he's caring about. Do you like me, Mr. President? Because I really want you to like me. And so the dominant tone of the question so far that we've seen on television is, wow, why is this close? This really shouldn't be close, Mr. President. You know, that's the kind of question he's giving President Obama. So there's not a lot of difference between doing Leno and doing Brian Williams. And then it's on to MTV. He did Nickelodeon News. And this is the kind of network, and he did The View, and he did Letterman. And this is the kind of journalism, this is the kind of people who are, quote unquote, holding him accountable. And that is the sad thing. And it says to me, I do wish we had a news media where when the gaggle then gets a chance to question Jay Carney, that he gets 29 questions about Libya because nobody cares what he told The View. And that is the sad thing, is that if they had more self-respect, they'd be demanding a press conference and they would make the gaggle count. And that's not what we're seeing.